It's an AdamVentures. It's an AdamVentures. It's the AdamVentures. Let's go.
After being held up at the border for possession of a weapon, pepper spray, I finally biked the remaining 40 miles through Canada and arrived in the distinguished Vancouver, British Columbia. It was a long trip, but I was happy to be here. Vancouver has been called one of the most livable cities in the world, and this shouldn't come as a surprise. This town has an active city life, is surrounded by lush rainforests, beautiful mountains for wintertime skiing, and waterfronts around every corner. It also has one of the most enchanting city parks in North America, Stanley Park. If you get the chance to come to Vancouver, definitely come check out Stanley Park. This place has a ton of trails. It's 1,000 acres. Really, what else do you need? Take a tour by horse and carriage, or my personal favorite, by bicycle. There are bike rentals everywhere for you to bike the 10 kilometers around the breathtaking Stanley Park Seawall. Just FYI, the trail is one way only. I learned that the hard way. There are also beaches along the trail for you to stop off and soak up the sun as you watch the seaplanes take off into the air. Vancouver is an expensive city, and finding accommodations on the cheap is rather difficult. If you can handle it, a hostel is a good way to save some cash. I stayed at the Hosteling International in central Vancouver. It wasn't the prettiest place I've ever stayed, but they had everything I needed to make do. That included a free continental breakfast. And hey, there was even a sink and mirror in my dorm room. Fancy. I left downtown and headed over to Gastown, a charming district with Victorian buildings, a thriving art scene, and plenty of souvenir shops. Gastown, named after Gassy Jack Dayton, who opened the first pub here, is one of Vancouver's oldest districts. A recent addition with vintage style is the Gastown steam clock, which tourists come to watch chime every hour. A short walk from the steam clock is Revolver Coffee, a quaint, small coffee shop with made-to-order fresh coffee with North American roasters. Aesthetically, the cafe is sleek, and the coffee is top-notch. Go to Revolver Coffee, get it in Gastown, Vancouver. Yeah! Back at the hostel, I relaxed for a bit before finding some Canadian grub for a first night's meal. I settled with poutine. Originally from Quebec, it is still very much a Canadian dish. The cuisine traditionally consists of French fries with cheese curds and gravy, but I got the works. The locals told me to check out Guilt & Co. for great live music and beer, so I zipped back over to Gastown to explore. It was Latin night, and I was not disappointed. For a first night in Vancouver, I happily drank and enjoyed the good vibes. Perhaps just a bit too much. If you want to see a good show, go to Guilt & Co. They've got live music for sure. I just saw Latin salsa, awesome. And I get a good beer there, or 2, or 3, like me. I'm drunk, a little bit, I think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like these videos and want to see more, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode.